I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull off. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no.
Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Mike. 319. Wow. Over. 319.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Check.
The third-year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
We ain't giving him nothing to
The 32. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing sure hope. A lot of yardage after the catch, but in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, his throw incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devin Funchess, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, Charlie! Watch twist! Protein spill! Ready?
Here's Locke to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run. Going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player? No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Locke. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now Jones trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Third down and
9.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This complete to Jones. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. Dean Lowry, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Block. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Under 10, 80 weapons.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Green 18. Stay with your man.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. And he finds a man on the crossing route. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
To throw is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
70, Indy. Wait, 3, 5.
Clock now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Za'Darius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. To throw on third down. Block. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. From the gun, it's locked. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsay in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into that. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand new ball game. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
First down, Broncos.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. 2 really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
On first down, right back to Lindsay. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 40-yard line.
We go! 15 line. 15 line. The pass. Undercut. Pilot. 64. Wait. Ready.
On second down, it's Lindsay. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey! High 7. Get it.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Eluding the pressure right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt. But with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's locked. And that is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Check safety. Check 30. 61. Matchbox lights.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled.
In there, I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Jan 300. Jan 300.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Funches has it complete. And a loose football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. It's caught by Funches. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
They go back to the ground with Williams. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Flush to his right, to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A 26-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
LeBron on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Let's get this. Let's get this. Greystone, grab it. Yep. Bravo. Where's 52? Watch 52. Back.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kenny Clark able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. And an impressive display by the Eagles. They continue to pour it on, scoring again. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Jones, the ball carrier. He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 99. Check 99. Over.
Throwing now is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
That's going to be a long day. That's going to be a long day.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on first and goal, a great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at third and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Mason Crosby on for the field goal.
This has neither the distance nor the accuracy. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Maybe an important fourth quarter miss as this stays a three-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a three-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They run again with Peterson.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Alert 3. Shift. Watch the shift. 80 weapon. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Score. SOS.
A big spot now for the rookie lock. They run. Peterson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
First down, Denver.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Locke. And his throw here's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Locke will try again on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Throwing now is Locke. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They look to throw. It's Locke. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Jump out. No.
Rodgers throwing here. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made... some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is fielded inside the 5. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He's got his man on the crossing route. 23 yards on the play.
And the Broncos first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Locke. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, Charles, a game and a decision that people may be talking about tomorrow for sure. Had a chance at a long field goal there at the end to try and tie it. They elect to not kick it, and they lose the game.
And I think what we'd all love to see is that little slip of paper that the special teams coach handed the head coach before the game that said, this is where our kicker is good from today. This is where he feels confident, because that might be the absolute mark that tells us, okay, maybe we have to run more offense because maybe he doesn't feel good about kicking it from this distance.
So for Green Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles